Thank you for joining me. I'm going to show you how to paint an old eye with many wrinkles. Before we continue, please subscribe and turn on notification so you won't miss any future watercolor lessons. I only use these two enjoyingart brushes. To have the same learning experience, purchase yours today at enjoyingart.com brushes. So many people like to paint younger eye more pretty. When we try to paint an old face, we have to focusing on the structure. And the structure, the form will come first before we're doing the details, like the inside the eye. That we're going to do it later. Let's take a look at how we're going to plan the whole shape. So I'm going to just use any of the gray color. This is fine, a little bit blue, a little bit red, like that. Okay, I'm going to take a look where we're going to put the eye. So we're going to put it right here. This corner over here, this corner coming over here like this, right? This is good. And think about maybe down a little bit more, like here. This is good. And this corner, it would be here, okay? After you make that first decision, just put a little triangle like that over here. And this eye, because the angle of the eye is going up over here, like that. This is pretty good, right here, right? And then take a look at the top over here, the eye. It curves like this, okay? This is a very small line coming down here like this and coming to the tear duct and the corner right here. That's good. And coming like that. And so see a little bit light shape right over here. So we plan a little bit on it. This is good. Take a look at squint your eye. If you don't really see it, there, see a little bit coming up and straightforward. Like here, coming up a little bit more on this side. Okay, coming, we need to a little bit wider. In that case, I'm going to continue working on it. Let's take a look at it. From this corner coming up a little bit more curve. This is good. So far, I'm gonna coming over here. Take a look. There's curve all the way coming down onto here. In the slower process, we can spend more time and think about the height inside of the eye compared to the width. So you can think about maybe start over here to here. Think about that if you have the patience. Okay, it's actually about half, like here to here. So I'm going to divide it over here. So this side is very much half of this. We need to get a little bit more. So I'm going to take a look at, it's actually half. I'm going to take a look at the upper. Okay, the upper. And I'm going to take a look at from here to here, the middle of the eye. No, like about divide this into 2.5, and there will be 1 of this. So I'm going to take a look at that. And 2.5. Okay, there we go. Right here to here. So about this is half and 2.5. So I'm going to take the middle part, right? Always can measure from here to here. This is good. So the upper of this eye, including the eyelashes, okay, would be right here, like that. This is good. It's still doable because this line is a lot bigger, like this. Just get this proportion correctly, and then the corner over here, the shadow. Okay, this is just like planning the composition. So don't need to rush to it. Okay, just have fun. Okay, and this side have a little bit more shadow inside over here. And then you can take a look, and the top over here is about half of the inside of the eye. So that means is the top over here is about there, over there. So it's a little bit higher. Coming over here, like all the way over here. Don't worry about, just directly paint with the brush and you'll be fine. And coming over here down and the lower eyelid. There's a little triangle over here. Can you see that? And this a little bit more than half, like a little bit wider than the top over here, like that. And this is the wrinkle coming over here, but don't worry about the smaller shape. We're gonna focusing on the larger form first, right? This is good. I'm gonna have this coming down all the way to the front over here, the eye. Okay, come back. Get a little bit more pink. This is good. Coming all the way down over here. Okay, that's good. And coming a little bit lower. This is good. Now there's a little shape over here, a little line. Looking at one thing at a time. Okay, don't too much worry. And there's on this side, there's just a lot of, and most of the time it's not about difficult with the medium, the watercolor. It's not about that. It's about how much you accept the fact that you can do watercolor and easier. And just most of the people don't believe it. And then you stop from even trying. Okay, that's coming over here. And this is good. We're going to do it fine like that. So this is good. We already got the larger shape, the form over here. And this side would be darker. And the outside connect to the sideburn. Okay, over here like that. This is good. The next thing we're going to do is try to create the larger form. Let's see how we're going to do it. Now we're going to use the 1-inch flat brush. And take a look. We're going to do something really crazy. So first, we're going to actually set a little color inside the eye. How does that sound? And most of the people make the eye white. It's just white. It's not really white. So I'm going to show you. There's a little bit gray color. So the three colors together will become gray. So I'm going to put this little bit more gray, except that line over there, a little bit more light. Okay, that's good. And I have that in here. And that's a little bit gray. You may be thinking about, oh, that's too dark. So you know what? I'm going to make it even darker. So don't panic. I'm going to leave the highlight area. So somewhere over there, that's the highlight. So on this side, it will be a lot darker. I'm going to take a look. And have a little bit more blue, a little bit more blue. That's just good. Like that. And we're going to have this right over here. Just set this color in. Compare this corner and that corner. This is a lot darker over here. So no worry too much about that. And maybe going to be even darker. So I'm going to have this even darker. So that will be fine. Okay. Now I'm going to lift up a little bit the corner over here. Okay, that's good. And now I'm going to paint in the outside. Here we go. And I'm going to mix the brown color. I'm going to already have a little bit blue color over here. Just make it in. Mix that in. Mix that in. Okay. I'm going to have just a little bit more yellow color. Okay, here we go. Take the yellow from the side. Take a little bit more yellow. And mix that over here. Can see that color? That's pretty good. That's just the color we need for the... And start from the top. Okay. A little bit more brighter. Okay, a little bit more like orange in this color. Here we go. And we're going to just paint it over here. Coming down. And we're going to have some dry brushes too. Okay, like this. And here we go. Like this. Here we go. The top over here. Have some dry brushes. You see that? And leave a little bit the highlight right here. This is good. I'm going to put that down over here. And coming down the corner over here, I'm going to put it on this corner, make it a little bit darker. So I want you to see larger, not small. So now I'm going to, very critical, I'm going to use some scratches for the highlight over there. So I'm going to mix a lot more pink, a lot more wet. I'm going to start it. Here we go. And I'm gonna have the light and shadow a little bit quicker. Okay, here we go. Right here. That's good. Right over there. Coming over. That's good. Like that. Coming over on this side. And we'll also see a little bit light shape at the corner over here. So I'm going to leave that a little bit light shape. You see that you can be confident. You can be very easy. Okay, over there. And then down over here, we're going to have a little bit brighter, a little bit lighter. Okay, here we go. Have that coming down over here. And here we go. Now, we're going to take a look down over here. I'm going to have a little bit more orange color. So I'm going to just get the yellow and the red. Get the orange color. And always also see a little bit, okay? A little bit of the highlight. Here we go. I'm going to have this coming like that. So only a bit up there. Brush. That's good. Right over here. Like this. Leave a little bit highlight over there too. Okay, connect it in here. This is still wet into wet. This is good. And coming over here. And I'm going to have just a little bit, seeing a little bit light shape. Gonna keep it there. Some light shape. Okay, here we go. Right over here. And, okay, here we go. Like that. Okay, that's good. A little bit light shape over here. Keep a little bit light. There you go. That's good. And here we go. A little bit light. A little bit light. Like that. That's good. We're going to come back to the smaller shape a little bit. Just keep a little light over there. Now, coming back over here, get a little bit darker color right over here. Like that. This is good. And after that drive, we can come back to do even darker. But on the top over there, we need to do a little bit quicker because we're going to need that form before we can working into the scratches. Okay, this is good. Now I'm going to take a look. This, have this, and coming back here again. And this would be the shadow over here. Okay, that's good. Right there. Okay, right there. That's good. And the corner over here. And the corner down over here. Like that. And on this side. And a lot darker. Okay, a lot darker. That's good. Okay, like that. And the front over here. That's the shape. Okay, that line, and right over here, that's the darker color. That's the shadow. And here we go. I'm going to make it even darker. Okay, here we go. A little bit darker. That's the front. This is the shadow side. That's the nose. Okay, here we go. Coming down over here. Coming on this side. That's a little bit shape. A little bit shape. Like coming over here. That's just good. And okay, stick with me, and you can see at the end how it looked like. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. That's good. And look at the top over here. It's gonna, I know it's look chaotic, right? That's exactly supposed to be. And the painting start from chaotic, which is lots of energy need to involve. I'm gonna have this have a little bit less wet. Okay, not too wet. I'm going to have that coming in here again. And this need to be even a little bit richer color. A little bit darker. And here you go. Like that. That's good. Like that. That's just pretty good. The corner over here. And look at the corner over here. A little bit darker. Here you go. Okay, now we're going to get a little bit more defined. I'm going to look at that, have a little bit tiny more. This color, I'm going to have this coming in. Here you go, a little bit more coming in over here. That's good. Like that, have a little bit shading, a little bit more. And now I'm going to bring the color down over here. Make it a little bit softer. That's good. And have this color also a little bit softer, like that. Okay, that's good. I'm going to have that coming over here a little bit later. Here you go. This brush can actually adjust the color really, really well. Now lift up a little bit. Okay, this is good. Lift up a little bit over here and lift a little bit over here too. Okay, now it's getting there. That's the shape over here is pretty good. And the top over here is pretty well. I'm going to have this and get a little bit more brown color. It's just wait for the timing and wait for when it is almost lose the shine, and I'm going to do the scratching. Okay, here we go. I'm going to have a little bit orange color. Here we go. Now right here. And that's good. Here we go. Like that. A little bit deeper. Now having all this foundation in making it very easy to move on. Okay, maybe you still have a little doubt in your mind, but stick to this end of the video and you can see how this all connected and come together. Okay, this is pretty good. Now it's about the time, and I'm going to use this palette knife over here, but I think that we still need to wait maybe just another minute. Okay, so why don't I continue, add a little bit even deeper color. Okay, a little bit deeper. Okay, now I'm gonna just have that a little bit line, so it's very easy to pass that 1 minute. Okay, that's right here. Look at that over here. And here you go. I can add a little shape coming over here. That's good. And coming all the way down over here. Here you go. Right over there. Here you go. Like that, the corner. And that's good. Like that. That can be a little bit thicker. That's good. Coming down over here. It's still looking for is the timing. Okay, I'm going to also add that a little bit over here too. Make it even a little bit deeper. You see that? This is pretty good. I'm going to have a little bit tiny line coming over here. Now, the detail have to be established or built up from the large structure. That's very important. Okay. And that coming over here is very, very, very deep over here. We can rebuild that after you drive. We can actually make it even stronger, a little bit deeper, like that. It's pretty good. Look at that. This is pretty good. I think the timing is almost here. Almost here. So I'm going to have this a little bit darker down over here too. Okay. And now I'm going to show you how we do the scratching. Okay, here we go. Just use this as a little bit around corner and scratch the shape. Wonderful. Like that. Seeing the line? Beautiful. Okay, you cannot be doing this too early. If you're too early and the wet paint would come back too quickly, and that's good, like that. And over here, a couple, and like that. That's good. And coming out, and this is beautiful. And getting this light shape. That's good. Okay, that's good. And coming a little bit more, and that's another one over here, like that. Very nice. Okay, that's good. Over here too. And here we go. We're going to building the old the impression of the old person's light gray hair eyebrow from here, okay, is very important. Okay, that's good. And see that the timing is very important. Like that. Okay. That's good. And we also, this is a little bit too late. That's good. I'm gonna have this a little bit more clear. Okay, a little bit over here too. Okay, like that. That's good. Okay, and this is fine. Now we're gonna come into the build up the. Let's continue inside the eye over here. So I'm gonna come up a little bit more, get a little bit red over here, and the corner over here. See that? That's even need to be darker. Okay, raw darker right here. Okay, that's like that. Okay, that's good. Right here. Okay, and a little red over here. You can see a little red on the top over here. See that? That's a little bit darker. Okay, now after we put this color in, now you see the front over here. It can be a little bit darker. Now I'm gonna have just a little bit more gray color like that. This is good right over here, and we can leave the bottom have a little bit more light shape. Now this is good, and we're gonna have this even darker. Okay, I got a little bit red and a little bit darker right in here. Okay, that's good. Like that. That's pretty good. I'm gonna have this a little bit deeper, darker color, and get a little bit red with the blue, with the Prussian blue. Okay, here got Prussian blue is very deep. That's just good. Have a little bit darker right over here. That's good. Wonderful. That's good. And we can have a little bit softer, a little bit thicker the line. Okay, yeah, a little bit thicker over here. That's good. A little bit more clear. That's just good. A little bit more clear over here, and we can overlay the darker paint in a bit. Okay, right now it's a little bit maybe too early. Okay, no rush. Now you can see the form is already established. The rough form is already there. We can get into a little bit more detail a little bit later. I'm going to have a little bit orange color and put it here. You can see that. That's a little bit more skin tone. That's good. All right. And have a little bit dry brush on the outside over here. This is good. Now I'm going to continue working into inside the eye. Where's the location of the iris? I'm going to just get a little bit more blue-gray color over here, and see that should be here, and from here to here, it's almost like a divide this whole area into quarters. So now I'm going to take a look at and put another. That's going to be like this. Okay, this is good. Quarters, that's good. Right? Okay, make up your mind. That's right here. Don't worry about. You might make a mistake. There's no such thing. Mistake. And you can continue changes. Okay, the edge over here can be softer too. And coming down over here. Like that. Very well. I'm going to come that over here. Okay, the front over here have a little bit light gap. Okay, coming right here. That's it. And on this side, the iris very much is a circle. So seeing that coming over here, coming down a little bit more, coming right here, and the top over there, and they're going to coming over. So this is good. That's the location. Now we can see where's going to be the highlight inside the eye. And this can be a little bit lower. Okay, because just considering the depth of the skin. That's good. Looking at that. And coming over here. That's the shape of the highlight. That's just great. So I'm going to have a little bit yellow. It should feel a little bit more like a greenish gray color right outside here. That's good. And then I'm going to have just the blue color. I'm going to take a little bit more blue, and I'm going to mix that right in here. A little bit more blue. This is French ultramarine and the green shade blue color. You see how to mix this color is quite dark. Okay, here we go. Put that in here. Now I'm going to put the whole area a little bit darker, and then we're going to build up on top of that to have the darker and details. Okay, that's right here. That's pretty good. And look at that right in here. And pretty good. Like that. Wonderful. And I want you to think that in layers. And I'm going to have that a little bit more blue color. And put it over here. And here you go. It's getting drier and drier minute by minute. Okay. Or even second by second. It changed the reaction to your paint. Okay, that's good. Like that. Now you have the whole thing over here, and I'm going to have some very thick color. That's the red and the blue. Very thick. Now here's what I'm going to do. We're going to put that in over here. And inside over here, that's just the pupil. And here you go. Like that. And here you go. Like that. Take a look. It's right in the middle of the eye. Also, the edge have quite a bit of soft, and this is good. Have a little bit soft, and then on this side, and here you go. The side over here, little bit more darker right here. Here we go, and that's just the foundation. Do what you can, and then we can using the overlay wash a little bit later. So I'm going to open up the brush a little bit more like that. And I can have this coming up to the center of the eye. Like that. That's good. Coming up over here. Here you go. Okay, that's good. And also this coming out. And this is a little bit too bright maybe, but you're gonna see. We can overlay the color to soften it. So I'm gonna have also a little bit more texture over here too. Okay. Don't worry. Everything will gonna be fine. Just think positive and you'll be fine. Okay? Okay, this is good for now. And I'm gonna just have a little bit tiny more blue color over here. I'm gonna reshape this and just gradually coming down over here and have a little bit texture over here like that. That's good. Okay. And look at the eye white over here. It's going to be even darker. But you don't have to try to complete it right now, right? So you can come back a little bit later. Okay, here we go. Like that. And that's a little bit darker. Here you go. Like that. Okay. That's good. You see, the eye white is not just the eye white. Okay. Now the eyes is getting there. We're waiting for the details to be complete. But we one step at a time. So now I'm going to get a little bit more yellow. Now you can see a little bit convinced that I have to take care of the larger shape. the larger area, the larger form. Now I'm going to come into give a little bit, so those line for the eyebrows line. That's good. Have a little bit more line like that. Yeah, so give it a little bit more convincing. Okay, here like that. That's good. You can see. And some either the shadow, catch the shadow of the eye line, the eyebrows, or there's a few dark, still a little dark here coming like this. There you go, like that. Okay, that's good. So make it even more realistic. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's good. Like that. Okay, a little bit. A few more line, even more line coming over here, like that. And be able to see the order of the painting, the process. What's going to come first? What is going to come next? That's just very simple. Okay. Now, this is not totally dry yet, so we're going to wait a little bit, okay? So why don't I just do a little bit tiny more inside the eye? Not lots of wet though. This is here still kind of wet. I'm going to just put that in over here, make it feel a little bit more. And over here too, a little bit thicker. And also the edge over there, the outside over here, the edge, have a little bit brown color. Okay, let's do a little bit more. Just add a little bit more orange color. And seeing this a little bit more edge over here. Let's move that a little bit more in. Okay, you see lots of story in this eye. And in fact, all senior has a lot of story if you listen. Okay, that's good. I'm going to have this a little bit darker. Okay, this is good. A little bit darker. And I can add also a little bit, a few dry brush, which create a wrinkle. Okay, a little bit red over here. Create a few wrinkle. Like that. That's pretty good. Over here too. Have a little bit darker. That's just good. Okay. And the eye is getting pretty good already. But we can actually have a little bit more brown. Okay. A little bit more red over here. A little bit more. And the top over here. Have a little bit more. Showing that. And over here too. And here you go. Like that. And also over here, see a little bit detail in here. And here we go. Now we're going to add this a little bit more shadow. Here we go. And look at a little bit yellow. If you think it's too much red, that would be a little bit yellow, right? That's good. Like this. And that's good. Now I'm going to have a little bit thin line. Okay. Like this. Very good. And I can make this a little bit deeper. When we make this deeper, that white line is very, very clear. Okay, this is good. Get a little red mixed into here. And I can even make it darker. Okay, this is very good. That's good. Alright, and a little bit thicker. Seeing this line a little bit thicker, it's very easy. And we can also get a little bit blue. I'm gonna get a little bit those eyelashes. Okay, here you go, like that. Here we go, like this. That's good. Eyelashes. That's good, like that. Not very long, but give it a few lines. That's good, like that. And getting there. And this is good. The corner of the eye. Get a little bit there. And then we're going to come back to the large brush. I'm going to, okay, we connect the larger shape. Okay, here you go. Just a little bit more over here. And we're going to come back to the larger shape. And then the smaller shape coming over here. Like that. Here you go. That's pretty good. And seeing some. So dry brush. Like that. Okay. And the eye's almost there, right? Almost. So now I'm going to come back to the flat brush. It's almost getting there. So this is need to be a little bit thicker and a little bit darker. I'm going to get the red color, get some yellow. Okay. Okay, make a little bit, seeing that a little bit more like brown color. Get a little bit blue. Okay. Any color that you add to what or you already have, it's going to make it darker. Okay, unless you use the opaque paint. This is not opaque. This is pretty good. And coming over here, I'm going to make this a little bit deeper. This is good, like that. And take a look at this coming out. That's good. Wow, this is good. And coming over here, and take a look. That's coming a little bit more closer, like this. I'm going to have this shape coming toward this side. Okay, this is good, like that. So I have to remove the attention from the smaller area and coming back the larger connection. Okay, from time to time. Okay, that's, here we go. I'm going to have even darker, a little bit more red, a little bit more blue. This is good. Now I'll come back over here, tap on it. That, here we go. Now I'm going to have even darker, a little bit more red, a little bit more blue. This is good. A little bit more. Yeah, we go. Now right there. Move on it. This is good. I'm going to come back over here. That's good. That's wonderful. You can see the things like a little bit like circular. Keep coming back like from the larger and then smaller and then larger and smaller. That coming over here. And this side is the outside of the collarbone of the eye socket. Okay, that's good. Like that. I'm gonna have a little bit darker right over here, hang around that shape. Okay, this is good. Now you can see that this is bend over to the other side. Now I'm gonna come back over here, take a look. Just use the corner of this. I'm gonna have this a little big shadow. Another shape. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna come back in over here. Okay, that's good. In over here, like that. And that's good. And this is good. Tap on it. Make this a little bit darker. Okay, I'm gonna have this also a little bit darker, like that. Wonderful, like that. Okay, here. Okay, and a little bit darker, like that. Wonderful, and look at that. Very nice. Over here, coming in a little bit. Now, this is good. All right. Now, I'm going to also add that little bit transition over here. I'm going to just add a little bit orange brown color. So I'm going to get that orange brown color. Get a little bit blue. Okay, this is good. All the three color mixed together. Okay, here you go. And the corner over here, a lot darker, a little bit more red. Okay, that's already have enough blue, so I'm gonna just have the red over here. Tap on it. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's good. Like that. That's good. I'm gonna come over here. Seeing that, this is good. The form is more important than the details, right? The details are important, keep it a little bit more convincing, but the form is, it control the larger shape, the larger area, the larger connection. That's a lot important and in a more higher priority, right? And over here, I'm gonna see that that's coming over here. There's a little bit wrinkle coming down over here like that, and make it a little bit lighter first. Okay, this is good, and I'm gonna make it a little bit darker coming up. It's good. There's a little bit shadow. Okay, that's good. A little bit shadow over here. So just step on it. There's a little bit, some of the very mark. The mark over here. This is good. Okay, a little bit more mark like that. Here we go. Like this. That's good. And pretty good over here. There's some little bit wrinkle coming over here. That's good. Okay. Alright. Now I'm going to come back to the calligraphy brush and finish the detail and finish the painting. Okay. Okay. We need to go back to inside the eye. And the eye is already ready. Now, at this point, it looks pretty good already. Now we just get a little bit darker. Yeah, take a look. Get a little bit darker. And the red and the Prussian blue. And it's pretty good. Okay, here we go. Now take a look at this a little bit darker. A little bit darker. That's good. Like that. And take a look at the inside. Have a little big line over here. That's good. A little bit darker line over there. And we're also going to see there's a little bit catch the shadow or the reflection of the eyelashes. That's just wonderful. Have a little bit more. Here we go. Now it's a little bit darker right there. And that's need to look a little bit thicker. So I'm going to have this. And okay, here you go. Okay, here we go. That's good. A little bit deeper over here. Okay, we'll come back to that a little bit later. Okay, here we go. And we are going to have a little bit, another layer of overlaid. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. That's good. Now I'm going to have just a little bit more blue. And on this side, I should have a little bit brighter blue color. Just get this, just the Prussian blue. And I'm going to have this a little bit more brighter blue. Okay, that's good. Okay, like coming out a little bit. And wonderful. And a little bit over here too. Okay, get a little bit texture. And then we get a little bit red color. Okay, like that. A little bit more. Like a little bit purplish color. Like this. Coming over. That's good. And alright, now I'm going to open up my brush. Now I'm going to take a look. Coming onto this side, we're going to be overlaid a little bit softer color. Okay, open up the brush. A little bit more coming over here. So make the brush very thin. That's good. That's good. Very soft. And coming over here too. Okay, that's good. Look at that. That's good. Don't worry. You know you can do it. Okay, here we go. That's good. Now I'm going to just use a little bit, just a little bit gray color. Now I'm going to actually soften that a little bit. This is a little bit too much contrast. The contrast is in between the two different value of colors. So this side, a little bit softer, which is the contrast is not as much, and between the dark and light color, a little bit less in between. Now coming on to this side, like this, that's good, and have a little bit more. That's good, like that. And I'm going to have this eye over here. Okay, that's good. Maybe have a little bit lighter over here. So just light up a little bit and remove the wet. Okay, just make this a little bit lighter. You see that? Now it's pop up a little bit more. Just about the contrast. Light and dark. This is good. Coming in. Now the outside edge over here, we're going to make it a little bit softer too. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a little bit red, okay, and make the brush open up a little bit more. Now here we go. I'm going to have this color coming a little bit more, a little bit over here. You can have some texture over here too, as I have quite a bit of and texture and outside here. This is good. Make it a little bit softer. Now this is pretty good. Now I'm gonna have that a little bit more. So this is good. Right here, a little bit more darker color. And here, it will have a little bit darker coming down. Got a little bit more blue. A little bit darker. Here, a little bit more, tiny more blue. This is good. And look at that. And over here, like that. This is pretty good. And here we go. Now I'm going to have that a little bit more. And we'll come back after it more dry. So I'm going to have the brush open up a little bit more. And don't have too much thick pink. This is fine. Like that. Have a little bit closer. Okay. This is good. This is pretty good. Over here, I can have a little bit more uneven. I'm going to also have a little bit more suggestions and the reflection of the eyelashes. Okay, this is good. And inside over there, I'm going to have some very tiny little big shape. And seeing that there's a little bit more like that. Here we go. Have some soft line. That's good. Like that. This is good. And let's see. I'm going to just lift up a little bit over here. That's a little bit too much. Lift up a little bit tiny more. That's just good. Like that. Okay. Suggestions. Now I'm going to go into the outside over here and take a look at the brown color. It's going to take a look at the little bit red, some yellow, right? And then got a little bit blue. That's good. That's the color. That's the brown color. Now coming back over here, now I'm going to give it some wrinkle. There, here you go. Coming over here. Like this. Here you go. Coming down a little bit. And then up a little bit. And then this is a little bit darker. And some wrinkles a little bit not as dark. A little bit more shallow. Okay, here you go. Okay, here you go. Like that. Coming over here. Okay, here we go. This is good. And it's a little bit tone over here. That's a little bit over here. And here you go. Look at that. Now this is called small shape, small detail, small line. That's a small. So we have to do the larger that before we talk about it small, right? It's very important and very easy if you hold on yourself that not going too fast. Okay, I'm going to have that a little bit darker. Tone it down a little bit. This is good. And a little bit line coming over here. Now coming back over here and seeing that a little bit. I'm going to get a little bit more blue. A little bit darker right over here. Here we go. That's good. Draw a little bit slower. Okay, that's very important. Slower. Okay. That's good. Like that. That's good. And coming down over here. Okay, here we go. Like that. And take a look at a little bit more and have a little bit even darker. There's some shape in the shadow, a little bit darker. Now here we go. Now you can enjoy this slow moment, slow process. Here you go, like that. And here we go. That's good. A little bit darker. And here we go. That's okay. A little bit darker. That's shape over here. Darker. That's good. Here we go. Now I'm gonna have seen that there's another wrinkle down over here. Here we go. Now this is good. Coming up, back up a little bit here, like that. Okay, there's a little bit wrinkle over here. So you got to build a larger form in order to make the small wrinkle, small detail more believable. I'm gonna make this a little bit darker too. Look at the whole shape over here. Okay, that's good. I can have even a little bit more. That's a little bit deeper. Get a little bit blue. Okay, have fun with this. And here we go. That's good. Okay, here we go. Like that. That's good. Now the eye is getting there. Now I'm gonna coming into give some eyelashes at the lower eyelid, right? The lower area. Get a little bit more red mixed into it. This is beautiful. Now let's see. And like that. Look at it. Look at where the line going. Like that. That's good. Okay, that's good. Over here a little bit darker too. And keep improving it. That's good. And take a look at it. Like that. If a little bit more line. Like that. That's good. Coming over here. That's the angle change. And like this. And like that. Here we go. And different angle. Okay. And a different angle. Okay, that's good. I think this is enough. Okay, this is pretty good. I'm gonna have that coming a little bit more lighter, so get a little bit orange in this color, a little bit more red. Okay, this is good. Now I'm gonna take a look at here. Now here we go, a little bit lighter. That's a little bit lighter, and some little bit lighter. Here we go. That's good. Here we go. That's good. And this. That's good. Okay. Now I have a lot more convincing wrinkle. I'm gonna take a look over here. This a little bit more, a little bit stronger. This shape. That's good. And we can keep going with a little bit more, There with a little lighter suggestion. That's good. Okay, that's good. All right, that's good. Wonderful. And I'm going to make this a little bit softer, like that, and keep that highlight over there. And this is good. And I'm going to also shade a little bit orange in this area, so I don't want that to become all so kind of discarded. I want to have a little bit more in order. So this a little bit less, and still see a little bit like that. So this is pretty good. Over here too. A little bit softer. Over here too. That's good. Alright. That's nice. And you see the painting a little more convincing. And look at that. And take a look on this side. We need to be softer as well. So get a little bit off. There's a little bit light brown color. There's a little bit together. Okay, here you go. And like that. Okay, here we go. That's good. A little bit more connecting in here. Okay, here we go. A little bit more. And here you go. A little bit more shape. Right over there. Okay. And this is pretty good. And I'm going to have a little bit texture over here too. And the outside edge and a little bit darker. This right here. See that? That's a little bit over here. Like this. Here we go. A little bit darker. Okay, and the top over there have a little bit more blue. And over here too, a little bit darker. Like that. A little bit darker. That's good. Okay, now take a look at a little bit more blue at the top over there. Okay, but it needs to be darker. Okay, right over here. That's good. Okay, that's good. Like that. And a little bit more clear. Some clear shape. Over here. Get a little bit red. I know, it's kind of too much fun, isn't it? Have a lot more story in this eye. Okay. That's good. Over here too. Have a little bit more red. Okay, that's good. Like that. Very well. And take a look at the bottom over here. A little bit more clear. And there's a little line coming over here. A little bit more clear. That's good. I'm going to have this up a little bit. Like this. A little bit small detail. And this is good. Right, this is very good. Over here. I can make this a little bit dimmer. Okay, this is good. And I'm going to have a little bit blue. Yeah, you can stop at any time now. Okay, over here. And here we go. Have a few lines. Have a little bit more detail coming over here. That's good. A little bit more detail. Like this. So see this painting always come from the basic decision making. The composition, the big form, and gradually go into smaller and smaller details. Okay, and then this painting is finished. If you like this painting lesson, share it in your communities and tell me your own experience. I will looking forward to see you in my next video.